Hi, my name's Rachel. Today I'm going to show you how you can contour and highlight your face like Kim Kardashian. Most of us aren't blessed with sky-high cheekbones, and let's face it, most of us can't afford to have a professional makeup artist do our makeup all the time. So I'm going to show you a simple and easy way that you can get that red carpet look at home. I've already started by applying my foundation. You can just do that how you usually do. Try and keep it not too heavy because we are going to apply a lot of other products over the top. I've also filled in my eyebrows. If you've never done that before, I highly recommend it. It will completely transform your face. We're going to start off by highlighting, and really it's very simple. It's all about drawing different lines on your face. You just want to take a light coloured concealer or a light coloured foundation, something that's a couple of shades lighter than your own skin tone. We're going to start by drawing some lines. It's going to look a little scary, but I promise it will work out in the end. And starting at the inner corner of our eye, we're going to draw the line down the side of our face and then back up towards your temple. Then you just want to round it out underneath the eye and join it back. So we look like we have an under or upside down triangle underneath our eye. Told you it was crazy, but I promise it works. You can just fill it in a little bit. You want to repeat the same process on the other side. Next, we're going to highlight our nose. So you want to bring it down from the center and just bring it down about 2/3 of the way. If you have a longer nose, you want to stop a little bit earlier. This will just make your nose seem that little bit shorter. With a little bit more product, we're going to do some more triangles, this time upside down in the center of our forehead. Don't worry about being too neat. We're going to blend this all out. To balance out our face, you just want to pop a little bit of highlight in the center of your chin and also on the top of your Cupid's bow. Lastly, we're going to draw a line just from underneath where we will contour. So we're going to be contouring here to make our cheekbones look higher. So you want to just draw it just underneath that. That's going to make that stand out even more. So just a little line here, a little line there, and just a couple of lines on the side of our face. Next, we're going to blend this out. So you just want to use your fingers or a brush or a damp beauty sponge like me, and just slowly dab it into your skin. This will just blend in with the foundation that you've already applied, and it can help conceal underneath your eyes any dark circles or late nights that you may have had. If you get a little bit overzealous with the blending, you can always go back in and apply some more product just to really lighten those areas up. You want to really blend that right up to your temple. This will make your cheekbones look really high. Next, we're going to work on contouring, which is where we chisel out the features that we want to look raised and make some sort of hollows in our cheeks. So for that, you want to use either a matte bronzer or a matte contouring powder, and you want to go for something that's cool toned rather than warm toned. We're looking for red carpet glamour rather than an Oompa Loompa at a chocolate factory. So something that looks more grey rather than looks more orange. I'm going to use a powder that looks a bit like this. I'm going to take a relatively small brush, start off small and we'll blend out later. What you want to do is start by drawing a line down the bottom of your cheekbone. If you have a round face like me and can't find them, do the fishy face, and you'll be able to see where you need to go. Start off at the back and work forward. You want to go about as far as where your eye sort of starts, any further, and then you start to look a little bit too like a vampire. Just work on applying the product first and then we'll blend it out later. We're going to continue to blend out that later, but we're going to do our nose next. So you want to take a small amount of the same product, just something that's matte, not sparkly. We don't want to look like a disco ball. And you're going to start by going from where your eyebrow begins and just run the product down the side of your nose, basically sort of outside where we applied that contour, that highlight originally. You want to join it up at the bottom. This will just give you that cute little button nose kind of look. We're also going to run this along the edge of our forehead up here. If you have a particularly large forehead and you want to make it look a bit smaller, the trick is to run it all the way across the top of your forehead, and that will make it seem smaller. Not that there's anything wrong with having a large forehead. We're also going to run this down along our jawline. This just helps hide any extra cake we may have eaten, over the holiday season. And lastly, pro tip here, if you run a little bit of contour powder underneath your lower lip, it'll make it seem powderier. Another good tip is that if you're on a budget, you can use your bronzers and contour powders as eyeshadow, and it's a really great way to make your eyes seem bigger. So you can just run it along the hollows of your brow bone. And if you want a more defined look, you can always go in with a slightly smaller brush. Now, so you don't look like you have stripes on your face, we are going to blend this out a little bit and just define our face a little bit more. So this is where you want to take a big fluffy brush, a powder brush, a bronzer brush, a blush brush, anything that you have in your collection will work. And you can take your favourite bronzer, whatever that may be, and just use that to sort of blend out where we've applied that cool toned contour powder. And this is what Kim does mainly on her cheekbones, just to get that really natural look. Always start from the outside of your face and work your way in. It always helps if you apply some of your bronzer along your neckline, just so that your skin matches your neck. That way you don't get a dark face and a lighter neck, because generally most of us don't get a lot of sun on our necks, so it's always lighter. When blending out the contour on your nose, a good tip is to actually use some of your own face powder, just whatever you use to set your foundation, something that matches your skin tone. This will stop it from looking muddy and keep it looking natural. I'm just going to use this powder here. And you always want to blend downwards, away from that highlight. Lastly, for the contouring and highlighting, we want to set that in place. Kim Kardashian is known for using a yellow shaded powder underneath her eyes. This just really brightens the skin. If you have quite fair skin, you want to go for something that's a little bit more skin toned, but for those of you who are tan, a yellow powder really works. I'm going to mix a bit of a skin tone and a bit of a yellow powder. I'm going to apply this under my eyes just to brighten that area and set that cream product that we applied earlier. Don't forget to bring it right up to your temples. Also in the centre of the forehead and down the centre of the nose, and the chin in this area here. Lastly, if you want to add a little bit of extra sparkle and shimmer to your look, we can apply a shimmery highlighter to the tops of our cheekbones and to our cupid's bow. I'm going to use this one here. Just a small amount right on the very tops of the cheekbones. Will just shine when it hits the light. And just a little bit of shimmer on your cupid's bow will again emphasize that pout. You can also pop a little bit on the inner corner of the eyes. Why not, since we're going this far? This will just make your eyes look wide and awake. To round off the look, we're going to apply a little bit of blush. Kim doesn't wear a lot of blush, but a little bit of a peachy pink colour can just really add a little bit of life back to your cheeks. I just want to apply this on the apples of your cheeks and blend backwards. To finish off the eyes, for an everyday look, you can keep it quite simple. A little bit of black liner along the upper lash line, smudged out, and then lots and lots of mascara. Really pushing the liner in between your lashes will make them look fuller and longer. Don't forget to curl your lashes to get Kim's really big wide-eyed look. Finally, to finish off the look, you want to go for a glossy nude lip. And there you have the finished look. That is a simple way that you can get a Kim Kardashian look at home with the products that you own.